Hello everyone, my name is Michael Greenawalt-Nguyen, and today I'm going to share with you my semester-long project. So my semester-long project is conservative recycling and trash reduction. What this means is I'm trying to make a topic that is easy for everyone to do. I wanted to create a topic that everyone could go home and say, hey, I can do that. I didn't want to try and change the entire world with a project, but in a way I did. Personally, I wanted to quantify how much trash is thrown away in the household, because it's quite a bit, and I know it's a bit, and it's probably like that with a lot of people. But I wanted to actually put a number to how many trash bags I throw away and the household throws away total. I also wanted to see how much normally gets recycled without intervening. I wanted to see how much we actually try to recycle without trying to recycle. And if we didn't recycle, I wanted to see how much got thrown away that should be recycled but wasn't. And then I wanted to see, out of all of what we throw away that isn't recycled or isn't even recycled, what causes so much of the waste? Why is the amount of trash that we create so much just in this household? And then the reason I really wanted to do this is because I wanted to minimize the amount of trash, but make it so that everyone could connect with it and also perform these in their own home. Because it's not just a one-man show. We all have to make a difference. And I wanted to make it as easy for everyone to just follow small steps to be able to change the world, but in your own home. So I was just doing a little research on www.dosomething.org and www.banthebottle.net, and I found some interesting information. It's just generalized information, and it shows that Americans on average waste about 4 pounds of trash a day, which translates into about 1.5 tons a year, which is about the size of a small elephant. And if you think about it, with the amount of people that are just living in America, that is huge. That is a massive amount of waste. And considering we're only 30% of the waste in the world, I don't understand how the earth is keeping up with it. But just looking into recycling programs, I wanted to know if I'm the only one just throwing away recycled items that should be recycled. And it doesn't look like it. It looks like only 33% out of the 75%, as said by the EPA, is being recycled, which leaves 42% of the recycled product that we could recycle just going into waste. And it's even more surprising considering that 87% of Americans have access to recycling programs that are on their curbside. They just have to walk out of their house and put their recyclables in a bin. And I noticed that throughout this project, and just in general, that water bottles are a massive amount of waste. Also in the lectures too. It came up in lectures. It looks like the average American drinks 167 water bottles a year, but only recycles 38. And we could recycle every single one of those water bottles, but we choose not to. So just looking at what we could do to change that, I looked at water filters, just those normal Brita or pure water filters. and they can replace up to 300 water bottles, just one filter alone. And that's almost 2 years of normal average American water bottle drinking. And that saves both the environment and our wallets. And I don't understand why we're not doing that. So for my project, over the course of 9 weeks, I wanted to study our trash habits and change the household trash habits on what we threw away the most and what we could easily change and recycle and do. So the household includes myself, my wife, and 1-year-old son. We use 40-gallon trash bags as the standard unit of measure. So for the first 3 weeks, I wanted to make a baseline of what we threw away and just kind of gauge what we needed to do in order to make it better. But for the first 3 weeks, we just kept it standard. We just threw away what we usually threw away and just did that. The second 3 weeks included actively recycling cardboard and water bottles, because I noticed that we have a bunch of cardboard, we get a bunch of mail, so we get a bunch of boxes, and then water bottles were massive. We were throwing away so many water bottles just in the trash alone, so we tried to recycle as many as we could. And on the last 3 weeks, like I said, the water bottles were huge, and we have a water filter. So what I wanted to do was use the water filter and fill up those water bottles that we were just throwing away. So that's what we tried to do. And these are our results. We threw away 19 trash bags from September 28th to October 18th, and only a single bag of recyclables, which is nothing. October 19th to November 8th, we did a little better, and we only threw away 12 trash bags, and we actually threw away 3 40-gallon bags of recyclables, which is great. We did what we wanted to do during those second 3 weeks, and threw away more, or recycled more, instead of just throwing them away. And then the last 3 weeks, November 9th to November 29th, we threw away nine bags of trash, which was great because we decreased the amount of trash we threw away from the previous weeks. And then we only threw away 2 bags of recyclables, which decreased, but that is what we were trying to go for. We were trying to decrease the total amount of waste coming from the house. So we refilled the water bottles, and we did exactly what we wanted to do and decrease our total amount. So just going through the entire project, I noticed a couple of different things that we could have done. Instead of using the 40-gallon trash bags as a gauge, it seemed like it wasn't accurately depicting how much trash we were actually throwing away. It couldn't really also accurately gauge the amount of cardboard or the water bottles we were throwing away either. So I think if I were to do this again, I would base the cardboard and recyclables on weight, or just the cardboard on weight. And then with water bottles, I would have liked to have quantified the amount of water bottles we saved in comparison to how much we drank, especially at the end there. I would have liked to have seen how many water bottles we actually did save by filling them, and compared to just drinking them if we needed a new one, just grabbing a new one and drinking it. And then I would have also liked to expand on the number of cans thrown out, because that was a pretty large part of what we were throwing away as well, in the trash and recyclables. As for the education, I would do exactly what we're doing right now with these presentations. I would make a video, I would talk, I would do a hangout on air, upload it to YouTube, and then I would also expand that to Facebook, to Twitter, because all your friends are on Facebook, and you don't see all of your friends all the time, but on Facebook, they're always on. You can always see them, you can always talk to them, and whatever they see on their news feed, they're going to want to look at and talk about, and then talk to their friends and expand it. And it'll expand exponentially. The information will get out and spread quickly if it's presented correctly and in a user-friendly way that it's easy for someone to go out and just do it. I think social media is an excellent way of getting information out and letting everyone know what you're trying to do. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, please let me know. And thank you.